The following text is a famous speech delivered by an ex-slave, Sojourner Truth, in 1851 at the Women's Convention in Akron, Ohio. Notice how her words seem to be in response to the opposing view. As you read along with me, try to highlight Truth's claim. More specifically, notice how she addresses the opposing view and how she anticipates the audience's concerns and possible biases. Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women at the North all talking about rights, the white men might be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me in the carriages or over mud puddles or giving me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most all sold off to slavery, and when I cried out my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head, this, what they call it, intellect. That's it, honey. Thank you. What's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that man in the back there, he says women can't have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did Christ come from? Where did Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man ain't have nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, then these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they is asking to do it. The men better let 'em. Obliged to you for hearing me, and our old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say. Okay, so we know that her purpose is to persuade the audience that women, white and black, deserve the right to vote. How and where does she anticipate the audience's concerns and possible biases? I think once you, at the beginning, let's see, second paragraph, where she talks about women need to be helped up in carriages and lifted over ditches and have any place, and the fact that she doesn't have any best place, she is in fact addressing, she's addressing race, because we know that the women in Accra who gathered were white women, and she, being an ex-slave, would be an African American. So in this part, she's anticipating that not just white women will need the vote or the right to vote, but also African American women. So she's addressing the issue of race, because some people would argue, well, white women, and not consider that there are also black women who needed the right to vote. When we look into the third paragraph, she talks about that man back there who talks about this thing called intellect. Some men believe that women weren't smart enough to earn the right to vote. And so she's addressing them and talking about how intellect really has nothing to do with it if it's a right. Rights aren't allotted to people based on their intellect. The third concern that Sojourner Truth addresses is religion, because some argue that according to the Bible, women are not equal to men, therefore women do not deserve the right to vote. So here we have three concerns that Sojourner Truth addresses in her speech: the issue of race, intellect, and religion. In the next assignment we do by McCullough, which is a 2012 commencement speech, You Are Not Special, I would like for you to read through his speech and highlight what you think is the opposing view, or when McCullough anticipates audience's concerns and possible biases. Good luck.